In 2019, we expected to see two of the best young stars be the face of the MLB at some point in the future. Christian Yelich, the 2018 NL MVP and the face of a young team in the Milwaukee Brewers, and Cody Bellinger, the 23-year-old 2019 NL MVP who is soon to be the face of the most beloved franchise in MLB history. So what exactly happened? As the Brewers were making a solid streak into the playoffs in 2019, Christian Yelich suffers a fractured kneecap, ultimately ending the hopes of a Cinderella playoff run after finding themselves in a wildcard spot. Everybody knew about the injuries he had suffered in Miami before coming to Milwaukee, and that may be the reason why Miami got rid of him in the first place. But we thought nothing of it. Coming off an amazing MVP campaign in 2018, finishing runner-up in MVP in 2019, at 27 years old, it seemed as if his career was just getting started. Cody Bellinger just finished an MVP season, batting .305, hitting 47 home runs, having an OPS over 1,000, and stealing 15 bags, all at the ripe age of 23. The Dodgers finished the season with 106 wins, but lose in the division series to the soon-to-be champions Washington Nationals. No big deal. We still have one of the brightest stars, if not the brightest star, that will soon bring a championship to Los Angeles, is what the Dodgers are saying. 2020 comes around. The Brewers and Dodgers are looking to continue their past excellence with star-studded lineups and young stars leading the way. Then COVID happens. Christian Yelich in 2020 seems like he dropped off the face of the earth after this global pandemic. He went from leading the league in average, on-base percentage, and slugging with stats of .329, .429, and .671 to a measly .205, .356, and .430. Not only that, Milwaukee finished fourth in the NL Central with a 29-31 record, getting swept by the Dodgers in the wildcard series. Everybody's thinking, did COVID have that much of an impact on Yelich? Or is it maybe time to stop expecting so much out of the former MVP? Similar to Yelich, Bellinger, coming off his exceptional season, is expected to still do Belly things, even on a shortened 60-game season. However, just like the amount of games this season, Bellinger fell short of expectations. He played 56 of the 60 games and finished with a .239 average with 12 home runs and 30 RBIs. Not what we thought was going to come from the 24-year-old at the time. As for the Dodgers, however, they were somewhat right. They did win a World Series in 2020, just not with Cody Bellinger leading the charge. Cody finished the 2020 postseason with a .212 batting average with 4 home runs and 13 RBIs. Whatever, no big deal. This season is a once-in-a-lifetime where the whole world is stopped, and Bellinger isn't on the top of his game. He's sure to come back to form next season. Right? Obviously, there were issues in the 2020 season that can be blamed on the global pandemic, but 2021 is a whole new season, with nothing able to affect these two stud players. Yelich has an improved season with a .248 average, but he suffers from injuries coming from a sore back once again that keeps him out of 45 games this season. As well as injuries, his slugging is ridiculously low for Christian Yelich standards. He goes from 44 home runs in 2019 to only 9 in 2021. Now people are saying maybe 2019 was the prime of the 29-year-old in Milwaukee. Injuries keep him out of games. He's not hitting for power like he used to. Time to say goodbye to the old Yoey. As for Cody Bellinger, he wished he had Yelich's season compared to his in 2021. Cody Bellinger was the worst hitter in baseball in 2021, carrying a crazy 165 average, .240 on-base percentage, and a lowly 10 home runs. Injuries in his hamstring, calf, and ribs held him to only 95 games this season. It seemed like only yesterday Bellinger was at the top of his game. Now it's unbearable to watch him in the lineup. Surely this can't be the end of the 2019 MVP. Going into his last season before free agency, he'll surely step his game up before then. Yelich, coming off of 2 underwhelming seasons, comes back in 2022 looking for validation. Injuries have haunted him most of his career. His past performances have been subpar at best. He needs to bounce back this season. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. He has a similar season from 2021, batting .252 and an OPS of .738, almost identical to his .248 average and his .736 OPS last year. It looked as if Yelich's prime was done. His slugging isn't there anymore. His strikeout percentages is increasing as the years carry on. He's 30 years old at this point. It's looking like Yelich peaked a little early in his career, and signing him to a 9-year, $215 million contract in 2020 seems like a waste in the Brewers' eyes. Yelich is not what he used to be, but at least he's average, unlike another outfielder we happen to be talking about. So could Cody Bellinger come back alive and prove to the Dodgers that he is still the same player as his 2019 MVP season? Absolutely not. Cody Bellinger bats .210, an OPS of .654, and a whopping 150 strikeouts, the most of his career since his second season. He can't hit the high fastball. He chases everything out of the strike zone, and the only reason he stays in the lineup is because of his Gold Glove center field ability. Towards the end of the season, manager Dave Roberts makes the decision to only have Bellinger hit against right-handed pitching to hopefully reignite the fire in him. That didn't work. At age 26, Cody Bellinger was written off as a one and done and would not get a contract from the Dodgers. He would instead sign a one-year prove-it deal with the Chicago Cubs for $17 million. Let's see if he can prove it. Christian Yelich, at age 31, says he's still got something left in the tank. He comes out in 2023 batting .274 and an OPS of .799. At this point, he's not looking to destroy the baseball anymore when he's at the plate. He's looking for line drives and looking to get on base by any means to help his team win. And they do that, leading the NL Central with a 77-62 record by the time of this recording. It looks like Yelich is what the Brewers signed him to that long contract extension for. A player that can lead their team to playoff contention and hopefully a world championship one day. With the amazing Brewers pitching staff and a good string of games to build momentum, that could very likely be possible. Christian Yelich isn't back to his 2018 MVP form, but this 2023 smarter, experienced version of himself isn't a bad alternative. And after being written off by everybody on whether he could still play at an elite level, Cody Bellinger comes out the gates hitting as his life depended on it. In 2023, Bellinger is hitting .320, the best of his career, and a .920 OPS. On a team that was expected to be terrible this season, Cody Bellinger has led the Cubs to a 76-65 record at this point, and an almost guaranteed spot in the playoffs. He would have had an all-star spot this year had he not been injured, but his impact on this Cubs team has been astronomical. Arguably his best season of his career, Cody Bellinger is only 27 years old. He has many great years coming ahead, and if he continues this level of play, don't be surprised to see him back in MVP conversations in 2024. He has completely turned the direction of his career around and proved he can perform at the best level. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.